Okay, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about CPI data real briefly. We're also going to talk about some AMC news. And before we get started, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. That way you don't miss any in the future. And if you want to go back and watch some of my selling some puts and calls on the side for some extra income videos, feel free to do that. Lately, not much has been happening because the market's been generally down. But maybe if things start to pick back up, I can get back into selling some calls. And I really want to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. That was one of my goals. So if you would be so kind and you enjoy this, I would appreciate it. And if we go look at some CPI data that came out today, inflation is still up at 6% in February year over year. And what's crazy, if we also look at the graph for food, we see food is up 9.5% year over year. And shelter has just been on the rise, currently at 8.1% year over year. Which blows my mind because interest rates are higher than they've been in the last I don't know how many years, and yet home prices are still expensive. I'm sure that's not the same in every location, but as what I've noticed so far, it has been. One thing I wanted to talk about in this video was AMC. A little background about AMC and me. That sounds like a TLC TV show. I bought some AMC during the short squeeze. I sold at a pretty decent profit, and then I got greedy down the road and ended up buying more shares. And I sold that a while back, but I lost money on that. So in the end, my net benefit was actually negative. And I mentioned this in videos before. In this particular portfolio, I got caught up in buying a lot of speculative stocks because I got greedy, and I also was following other people, which you should never do. Never follow me, never follow anyone else. And why do I talk about AMC and why am I going on about this? AMC and a lot of speculative stocks do one thing pretty similarly, and that is they issue more shares and dilute the shareholder in order to fund the company. Because these speculative stocks and these companies, they're not making any profit, so they either have to take out loans or they have to sell shares. And AMC right now, I don't know if anyone will actually loan them money. And so today, they're down 15%. If we go and look, I think they're up a little bit after hours, but it doesn't really help that they were down 15 throughout the day. And they're right now sitting at $4.72. And according to investors.com, they have an article here that says AMC got the vote to do a reverse stock split and convert its preferred ABE shares into common shares. And from my understanding, these ABE shares were like a spinoff of AMC stock, and AMC says they're going to use this money to reduce its debt. Now, I just want to say this doesn't mean AMC's doomed, but it does mean that if you're an investor in AMC, your share inherently isn't worth as much as it once was when they increased the total outstanding shares when doing this. I don't know if that's something everyone really recognizes and was aware of, but I often hear the example, let's say you own one share and there are 10 shares total of a company out there and you own one. And then the company decides to increase the share count to 15 instead of 10. Well, your one share isn't worth as much, right? Because it was 10% of the total outstanding shares. Now it's like 6 point something percent? Maybe my math is correct. I don't know, something like that. But either way, hopefully you get the example. Your share is not worth as much as it once was. And that's all I really wanted to share, get it with you in this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in a future one. And as always, take care.